In the spring of 1995, Ethan rented a small apartment on the edge of a quiet town. Nothing unusual ever happened there, until his phone started ringing at exactly 2:17 a.m. The caller ID always showed the same thing: unknown. The first few nights, Ethan ignored it. Then curiosity got the better of him. One night, he answered. Silence. No voice. No breathing. Just complete silence. A few seconds later, the call ended. The next morning, Ethan found a note taped to his apartment door. It read, "Why didn't you look outside?" His stomach dropped. Nobody should have known about the call. That night, the phone rang again. 2:17 a.m. This time, Ethan walked to the window while the call was still active. Across the street stood a man, perfectly still, watching his apartment. As soon as Ethan appeared at the window, the man slowly raised his hand and waved. Then the call disconnected. Over the following days, strange messages appeared. "You're late for work." "Nice jacket." "Try a different coffee shop tomorrow." Someone knew everything about his routine. Then one evening, Ethan came home and noticed something strange. A family photograph on his shelf had been moved. He lived alone. No signs of forced entry. No broken locks. Nothing. A week later, he discovered a tiny hole hidden behind a bookshelf. The hole looked into the apartment next door, an apartment that was supposedly vacant. Police searched the unit. Inside, they found hundreds of photographs of Ethan, sleeping, eating, watching television. The stalker had been living next door for nearly 8 months. And according to the photographs, he had been inside Ethan's apartment many times. During the summer of 2004, Rebecca moved into a quiet suburban neighborhood. The area seemed peaceful, friendly, safe. A week later, a moving truck arrived next door. A man named Daniel introduced himself. He seemed polite, normal. At first, during their first conversation, he mentioned her dog by name. Rebecca found that odd. She had never told him the dog's name. Then he mentioned where she worked and what time she usually returned home. Rebecca felt uneasy, but she convinced herself it was coincidence. A few days later, flowers appeared on her doorstep. No card, no sender. The next week, her favorite chocolates arrived. Again, no explanation. Then things became stranger. One evening, Rebecca glanced through her bedroom window. Daniel was standing in his yard, staring directly at her house. He wasn't doing anything, just watching. The next night, he was there again. And again. One morning, Rebecca discovered footprints beneath her bedroom window. Someone had been standing there during the night, watching. She contacted police, but without evidence, there was little they could do. Then Rebecca's car broke down. When a mechanic inspected it, he discovered a GPS tracker hidden underneath. Police returned to Daniel's property with a warrant. What they found was horrifying. His garage walls were covered with maps, schedules, photographs, notes documenting Rebecca's life. Receipts proved he had been following her for almost 2 years. The most chilling discovery came later. Daniel had never randomly moved into the neighborhood. He had specifically purchased the house next door because of her. On November 12, 2011, Michael bought his dream house. It wasn't huge, but it was perfect. For the first month, everything was normal. Then food started disappearing. Small things at first. A bottle of water, a snack, a piece of fruit. Michael assumed he was forgetting. Then cabinet doors began appearing open. Lights were left on. Objects changed locations. Still, he blamed himself. Stress, lack of sleep, anything but an intruder. One night, Michael woke up to footsteps above his bedroom ceiling. Slow, heavy, deliberate. The sound lasted nearly 10 minutes. When he searched the house, he found nothing. The footsteps continued for weeks. Finally, Michael installed security cameras. The next morning, he reviewed the footage. At exactly 3:11 a.m., a panel in the hallway ceiling slowly opened. A man climbed down. Michael couldn't believe what he was seeing. The stranger walked calmly through the house. He opened the refrigerator, made himself food, sat on the couch, watched television. Then he walked into Michael's bedroom. For nearly 20 minutes, he stood beside the bed, watching him sleep. Police arrived within minutes. The investigation revealed a hidden attic space large enough for someone to live in. Inside, officers found blankets, food supplies, and notebooks. Lots of notebooks. Every page contained information about Michael, his work schedule, his habits, his friends, even conversations he thought nobody had heard. The final notebook entry was dated 3 days before the arrest. It contained a single sentence: "He's beginning to notice me." To this day, Michael says the most terrifying part wasn't finding out someone lived above him. It was realizing that for months, while he believed he was alone, someone had been watching his every move.